All right, sorry about that. We're back. I have potato PC. It's dookie butt cheeks.
Ew.
But honestly, if that's the worst thing that's gonna happen, then I'm blessed.
True.
Anyways,
House struck by lightning.
yeah, no, dead ass. Everything looking sound good. Everything back on that y'all can tell. People in the chat.
Yeah, the
Yep.
stream looks
Yeah,
good.
people in chat give us a heads up if it's bad.
Perfect. My
Need a
heroes.
reset.
Need a reset.
Academia.
Y'all are funny. All right. Well, anyways, I'll kind of pick up back where I left off, right? He's big. He's got a massive belly, powerful frame. He has white fur, and he kind of has these like tan spots, almost like freckles all over his body. And he kind of grabs Karage, pulls him to the back, and he says, "You go after." And kind of shoves him backwards. And you see as he stumbles and falls back into the ash troop, and he stands up, looks up at this towering 7-foot giant, and kind of steps back and crosses his arms. You see immediately following him as this rabbit that kind of resembles a fox. She has on a black yukata, and she has long ears, and she has this red fur with white marks that go down her stomach and her chin. She follows immediately behind him. And then trailing in behind this fox-resembling rabbit is another white rabbit. She is wearing loose-fit, like, yoga pants. Kind of like Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen, right? They are gold. You see that they have flecks of shimmering metal in them. And she has on a white tank top, and her arms are wrapped in, like, kung fu, martial arts, protect her wrist wraps. You know what I mean? They go all the way up her arm. And you see as her arms have scars, and she has these golden eyes, her hair kind of flows backwards. These three step up, and you guys recognize that they are the seniors of the school. And they expect to be served first. As they kind of step in, you notice that every step this big rabbit takes kind of shakes the building just a little bit. You can feel their presence. You can tell that these are the big cats. And this massive rabbit walks up and holds out a hand to you, Trinity. He wants a rice ball.
I'm gonna look at Master Mayu, and I'm gonna bow and hold the plate and wait in response.
So you bow and hold out the plate, and he smacks it down, and he says, "I bow first." And then you see as the fox one walks up, and she holds out her hand for a rice ball without bowing.
I literally just sit and hold my hands and wait for her.
Perfect.
I learned my lesson.
You see as the massive white rabbit with his arms like this, he's just kind of postured up, he's breathing heavy, he's going... He kind of cracks a grin, he says, "Good." And then you see as he bows low, and then holds out his hand for a rice ball.
Upperclassman, sir, do I bow now or after I serve you the rice ball?
You see as the fox kind of leans in, and she's wiry, and she kind of leans on the table and grabs a rice ball, and I need Blake to roll me a perception check.
That's a 5.
You see as she grabs this rice ball, tosses it up in the air, and sets it back down. She says, "You bow immediately after, and then hand him a rice ball."
Thank you.
And he takes the rice ball, and you see as he eats it in one bite. And then he walks and sits down at one of the tables. She walks up, does the same thing. She bows and holds out her hand for a rice ball.
I bow back again and then hand her one as well.
Okay, she kind of leans up, takes the rice ball, and she says, "You'll get it. Don't stress it." And then she walks off and takes one bite and sits next to her companion. This last girl walks up, and she is silent. You see that her face shows almost no emotion. And she walks up and she bows slightly. Not as deep as the other two. She bows very slightly, then holds her hand out for a rice ball.
I still bow back and give her a rice ball.
Perfect. She takes it, and she just walks away without taking a bite. She doesn't acknowledge your presence almost at all. Next up, you see as this white rabbit in a blue yukata leads a gang of followers, and he steps right in front of the oak tree, and he says, "You're gonna learn patience." And he kind of yawns with this big old mouth, and he steps forward and he says, "Which ones are the least clammy?"
Not mine.
Okay, not those ones.
I'm gonna just kind of point at like 3 on the end, the furthest away from Trinity and Reiji.
He walks over, and Blake, you see that he has these ocean blue eyes, and he does not have like irises. His entire eyes are blue, almost as if they've been like they've broken the seal and like leaked into the outer edges of the eye, right? He walks over and he gives you like a quick bow, and then he stretches and he says,
I go down to bow, and I go into a really low bow, and I just stay in the low position of the bow. I don't necessarily understand this tradition or culture, so I'm just staying bowed.
You stay
I'm gonna
bow,
look at.
and he grabs a rice ball and he says, "That'll do." He walks off with the rice ball.
I'm gonna look to. I assume me and Asher are set next to each other.
Yeah, y'all are set in front of y'all's plate.
I'm gonna go over him and I'll be like, "You're usually supposed to come back up when you're done."
Oh, is this like something that they do? Just is like a rabbit thing? Like this is just something they do here? So the rabbits in this area, or?
I guess. I mean, I'm just watching what the others are doing.
Oh, okay. I understand.
You see immediately following him as Evan, right in front of you, this black rabbit wearing a black yukata. She's got like roses printed on it, right? This is ornate. These guys have almost custom yukatas that they've made, right? Nothing compared to your little white basic robes, you know what I mean? She walks up and she has like a wolf cut and this black hair that kind of falls in front of her eyes, and her eyes look perpetually tired, like she's always like on 2 hours of sleep. And she kind of leans forward, sighs really deep, and bows, holds out her hand for a rice ball.
You know, I give her a bow, and I'm kind of like just like I'm not like paying attention to her directly, like like unconsciously bow, like my head's looking around. I hand her a rice ball.
I hope this isn't one of the clammy ones. As she walks off, you see next as this jackrabbit walks up, and he has this auburn fur and white patches that go down his stomach, and he's got a bright orange yukata with black marks all over it. And he kind of jumps up on the table, looks behind, he says, "Are y'all hoarding the goods ones back there?"
He's like,
Brody.
they are, and I point to Asher and Grin.
He looks over at Asher and Grin, and he says, "Hand it over."
It was.
I believe you're supposed to bow.
Oh, God. Fine. And he bows, and he says, "All right, give me the good one now. I know it's in your pocket."
I'll do the same, and I will empty my pockets, like, and then I will just grab one from somewhere. And be like, this is what I got.
Swats your hand away, and he says, "All right, you empty your pockets." And he points to Asher.
I empty my pockets, and there's nothing in there.
He points.
Unless that knife somehow ended up in my pocket.
Did it? Uh-oh.
I don't think so.
No. All right. He points over at Reiji, and he says, "Empty your pockets."
I have
Oh no, Leaf!
nothing.
What have you done?
You have
I'm
nothing.
literally like I'm trying to pass my rice ball off to Yuri next to me. I'm like, hide it. I'm like, just hold it.
He gets to Tristan's character, and he says, "Empty your pockets."
I show him my pockets.
He looks over at Leaf, and he says, "Empty your pockets." Would you like to try and pass it to Yuri?
Yes.
Yeah. I try to pass it to Yuri.
Give me a stealth check. Or sleight of hand.
Can
Give me a sleight of hand.
Can I like sneeze behind me to try and help him with the distraction of getting it?
Yeah, you take the help action. Use advantage, Evan. Dude, Evan, you like very slyly toss this behind your back, and she catches it and puts it in her pocket. And he says, "Empty your pockets."
And I empty my pockets. I'm like, don't have
Oh,
it.
come on. I even stole one the first day. Empty your pockets as he looks over at Trinity.
And I'm trying to like get it back, you know? I'm like, I'm gonna also sneeze at a
I'm
very
so-
convenient timing.
I'm so sorry. I'm the one that was nervous with the clammy hands. You don't want the ones in my pocket.
That's fine, but I know you've probably got the good one in your pockets. Just empty your pockets and we can move on. But I know somebody, every troop has somebody that steals food the first day.
Birdie, can I snag one and put it in my pocket?
Dude,
Right
100%. You grab it, put it in your pocket, easy.
I pull out of my pocket and I go, are you looking for this one?
His eyes pan over right as Trinity's kind of reaching in her pocket, right? And she's got the good rice ball. His eyes pan over and he says, I fucking knew it. And he walks over and he snatches it out of your hands, takes a big bite. And he says, you're not alone, but you're not the first. And he hops off the table and he waddles
I'm gonna
away.
look at Asher and I go, how did you do that to him? He trusted you blindly.
I don't think that he was very intelligent. And I look over at Leaf and I give him a big wink.
I'm like, thank you. And I like go snag the rice ball back from Yuri.
You do that. Following them up is this brown furred rabbit. And she has a black spot over her eye, and her yukata is green with white engravings, right? And she walks over and kind of brushes her hair behind her head, looks over the rice balls. She says, can I grab my own?
Sure.
Okay. And she bows and reaches over and grabs her own.
And I bow like right before she grabs it, you know? That way it's like
Yeah, like that
timing
awkward
is still
timing.
right, you know? Yeah.
You do that, and she grabs her own rice ball and she says, thank you for the meal. And she walks off and takes a bite and sits down with her other compatriots. You guys can determine that this is the Bramble Troop. They are right underneath the Oak Troop. They are the juniors to your seniors.
So they're adept.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Next up, you see as the Willow Troop tries to walk forward and the Ash Troop blatantly cuts them off. They stand in the line and they walk up with fuck, I forgot his name.
Karage?
Karage. I almost said
Karage.
Kaide. As Karage walks up first and he looks you dead in the eyes, Reggie, and he says, I don't want anything that you're going to serve me. And he slides down.
would you
No
like-
choice.
Would you like this one? I cut the vegetables for it myself.
He looks down
And
at his
I
leg and looks
slide-
at you and says, fuck. no."
As he looks down at his leg, I slide the sweaty rice ball to the middle of the table.
Mhm.
Like, because I assume it's like there's like a counter and then we have a table below
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly.
That's how I picture it, at least. And so, like, he can't see me do this, but, like, I slide the sweaty one into the middle of the table so anyone can grab it. And I'm, like,
Mhm.
pointing at it. And I'm just, like, kind of nudging whoever's next to me. Which I think it's probably Sakito.
You see as he slides down to the middle of the table. I need you to give me a sleight of hand check to see if you can get him the clammy rice ball. Dude.
Nice!
You see as he slides down to the exact position that you put this clammy rice ball. And he looks over the balls and he kind of looks over at Yuri, makes blatant eye contact with her, and bows dramatically and sarcastically.
Karage bows to me.
He bows to you. Because he damn sure ain't gonna bow to anybody else.
How close are we standing to these guys?
You guys are like literally, you could probably reach over the table and grab him by the shirt.
Would my foot reach under the table?
It could. Give me
I
a
wanna
perception
trip
check.
and Box away. Perception.
Yeah, you look around the room and you can see that Maru is kind of standing behind you guys off to the corner, but nobody's looking at you, dude. You totally could.
Yeah. When after he gets this rice ball, I want to try and trip him.
Okay. I like it. He grabs the
Gonna-
clammy rice ball.
I didn't bow back.
Tell me what you're doing then. Are you bowing?
I am. But as he bows, I would also like to aggressively bow so I could accidentally bonk his head.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you do that. You'll take damage too.
Okay.
All right. You aggressively bow, and you kind of headbutt him at the same time. And he comes up, wiping his head, and he says, "Oh, y'all are gonna get it. I swear to God, y'all are gonna get it." Trinity, you're gonna take 1 point of damage as you headbutt this guy. And he says,
Okay.
"I am
I'm
fed
gonna-
up with y'all's troop. You're nothing but a weed, and I will make sure that you get the treatment a weed deserves."
Cute inside.
Thistles.
Yeah, we're thistles. We're flowers. actually,
Reggie's
in the
just
Daisy
watching
family.
him quietly. He's just like eyes locked
You
on
see,
his hand with the rice ball and his mouth, just like eyes going back and forth, back and forth.
you see as he reaches down and angrily just goes and walks off after eating the clammy rice ball, and he is none the wiser.
Did you trip him,
But
Tristan?
you
Or
are.
no?
Give
No,
me a dex check or athletics, I think. Yeah,
Athletics.
yeah. Give me athletics.
15.
You, as he like takes this bite and starts walking away from the table, you reach out and gently trip, and he kind of stumbles, and he stiffens his shoulders, and he takes a deep breath, and he says, "Okay,
It's like he does like.
okay." And he turns around and he lobs this rice ball at you, Tristan. Well,
Heck yeah,
actually,
let me
no,
dodge it.
he'd throw it at Reggie. Let's see if it hits.
Yeah.
Reggie, what's your AC, bro?
10.
He lobs this rice ball at you, and it hits you square in the chest and just kind of globs. And he hits his knees and he kind of laughs and points as you see Mayu start walking over. Would you like to do anything as the teacher approaches?
Is she walking towards me?
She's walking towards both of you.
So Reggie's gonna hop on top of the table,
Mhm.
Reggie!
grab a plate, and then fake like he's about to throw it at him and just see his reaction.
Go ahead and give
Buddy.
me. What's up, buddy?
Like seeing the little commotion start, and especially seeing Mayu leave, Leaf's gonna take this opportunity to like sneak out himself.
You're gonna sneak out?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So,
just sneaking out of the kitchen, not out of
Yeah.
the monastery.
yeah.
For flavor, I do like Reggie's gonna hop on the table, grab the plate, and say, "You are red scale trash!"
You
And
dude,
like as he's throwing it,
give me an
and
intimidation
yeah.
check.
Can I have advantage because he thinks I would do it? Like, cause he assumes I'm stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't need it. Nat
20!
20. Nat 20.
You stand on the table and you fake chuck this plate, and you see him visibly fucking like a little bitch. Like, he visibly flinches, and then he stands up and he goes,
And then, well, as he's like about to fall, Reggie, whenever he lifts his head, is just
just bowing.
Hell
an
yeah.
equally
As rice
sarcastic
just
bow.
drips off your shirt as you're bowed.
You
Yeah,
do this.
yeah.
You bow sarcastically as he flinches, and he stands up and he begins running at you like he's ready to start this fight. And Mayu arrives.
I'm still in my
Puts
deep
her
bow
hand-
as he's running to me.
Yeah. Mayu puts her hand on his chest, stopping him from progressing further, and she says, "Young master, if you don't sit down, you'll join your friend in the Stillborough." And he kind of stiffens, and he goes, "Yes, ma'am." And he turns and heads to the ash table. She turns around, looks at you, kind of smiles, walks up, and takes out a handkerchief and starts wiping off your clothes. And she says, "You need to maintain a professional appearance if you're going to taunt people."
Hell yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I shall. Thank you, master.
She says, "You're welcome." And she walks
And then
away.
I give her like a non-sarcastic bow to her face because like I appreciate her.
She bows like
for that shit.
a very prestigious lady would. Like, she kind of just like buckles her knees in this small, cute bow, and then she walks off back to her corner. The rest of the Ash Troop bow and receive their rice balls, unless y'all would like to do anything else to the remainders of the Ash Troop.
Brody,
As
did
the
you want
girl-
more music?
Yes, please.
Do you want me to just do the same thing we've been doing?
Yeah, I can do this.
Okay.
I got you.
As Midori walks up, I'm gonna like intentionally bow and then ask, "How is your training today?"
So you see as the Willow Troop walks up, right? And Midori, or no, that's she's in the Ash Troop. She's the last from the line. She comes up after the rest of the Ash Troop gets served, and you see that she has a big knot on her head, and she says, "Tobu is Satan."
Brody, do we have like ice anywhere?
No, you do not have any ice at your disposal.
I'll bet if you go and ask Mayu, Master Mayu, she might be able to help the bump on your head. I'm sorry it was hard.
Hard is a word for it. I think actually that was just torture. I think he enjoys what he does. I think he gets some sick, twisted pleasure from beating people with a stick. Like, there is no way possible I can hold a plank for 2 hours straight. It's not feasible. It's not possible. I can't. I'm about to drop out, if I'm being honest. If I have to do that again, I'm gonna hit somebody.
Maybe you'll get to hit somebody on your other training. As she says beat people with a stick, you see as I go absolutely stiff. And I'm like, I didn't know that's what's waiting for us.
Well, you better
Maybe
hold
you'll
your
get to
plank.
hit something. Okay.
And she bows and takes a rice ball and joins her troop at the ash table.
He beats us with a switch.
Yep. You see as the Willow Troop walks up, and in front is that same rabbit who prayed for Tristan's prayer beads. She looks at you, Tristan, and she says, "Oh my god, did you get to see the sakura trees today?"
Sekito nods. He's like, I saw them.
Did you get to lay your brother to rest?
I'm
I
gonna
prayed
wait
it would
till
go
I can
smoothly yesterday.
It's out there myself.
Well, if you ever need somebody to go with you, I'll go with you.
That's very kind of you.
I kind of
This is a mission I
nudge.
must do.
I nudge Grin next to me as I'm listening. I'm like,
It's like if
I'm
Sekito's he's like,
I'm gonna look. Yeah, I'm gonna look back at Asher. I'm gonna smirk and be like,
You see
yeah,
as
Sekito's all
she
blushing now.
She does like a deep bow to you in particular, Tristan, and she reaches in her pocket and she holds out an apple. And she says, "I got this today. We had to steal."
Oh, cool. He bows back and then he offers a rice ball in return.
You trade the rice ball for the apple, and she says, "Lynn's fun, but her methods are kind of strange."
Win. That sounds exciting.
And she goes off to the willow table. The rest of the willows approach. Do you guys wish to talk to any of the willows?
I want to talk to the one that was weirdly creeping behind me yesterday.
Blake.
Or at least I want to serve the rice ball to him. I don't necessarily need to talk to him.
Yeah. So, Blake, you see as Renji walks up, right? And he is tall, he's lanky, he's got these big, beady black eyes. And as he kind of walks up, he's looking at all the rice balls. You see him sniff. He goes, and then he looks up to you, and he goes, "You're still here?"
What, did you think I would leave?
Honestly? Yeah.
Why?
Well. And he kind of leans in and looks around, and he goes, "You're not supposed to be here."
As he kind of says that, I bow and hand him the rice ball, and I
You
kind of look around.
hand him the rice ball, and he takes it, and he goes, "Okay, see you tomorrow." And he walks off and sits at the willow table.
Did we hear that?
Did I hear that?
You guys
Yeah.
give me a perception check, and only Grin because he's right next to him.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, so I don't have. What do you mean you got? So I'm the only one that gives
Yeah,
perception,
you
or
take a
I
perception
automatically heard it?
Yeah, because everybody else would be serving different members of the Willow Troop.
Okay.
Isaiah, you did hear it.
I'm gonna lean down very quietly and go. We'll talk later about that comment.
I did not hear any comment that would cause any concern. Please do not even worry about it. I think that guy has meth in his pocket.
Did you say meth in his pocket?
Yeah.
That's awesome. The rest of the Willow Troop kind of walk up. Anybody else want to talk to anybody in the Willow Troop?
Who was the one that who was the one that Grin scared, and the one that like escorted her away and was like, "You guys are animals."
So you see as this white rabbit with
God.
bright pink
Why
eyes.
is the
She's small.
Wi-Fi?
She's itty bitty. Am I cutting out? Am I good?
You're good.
Okay.
Are you good?
But she said something about the Wi-Fi, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, no, my Wi-Fi cut out for a sec. Okay, great. It's just crapping itself. Okay, we're good. Repeat that.
You see as this small white rabbit with, she's got white hair, big pink eyes, and pink ears, and she walks up, and as she's walking by, she looks up at Grin, and she goes, huh, and like averts her eyes and walks all the way to the other side of the table, and she bows really quickly to Yuri and takes a rice ball.
He doesn't bite. He's awfully civilized for a Western folk.
Well, last I heard, his claws are for ripping and tearing flesh.
It was a baseless threat against those who wish to
So
harm
are your
us.
knives.
Please just...
Sorry.
We already have bad blood with the Ash Troop, and it appears they have bad blood with you as well. Please, I would like for us to be civil.
She kind of leans over and holds her hand like this. She says, just don't let him eat me.
You got it.
Oh, okay, thank you. And she takes her rice ball and she goes and sits at the Willow Troop. Immediately behind her, you see the tall, cream-colored rabbit that ushered her away yesterday walks up, and she looks you in the eyes and she bows deep and she says, I told you that would scare the shit out of her. Nobody listened.
I bow back equally as deep, and I hand a rice ball to her, and I say, apologies. We mean only to harm those who harm us.
Well,
So, stay in line, and you will be fine.
well, honestly, you shouldn't say things like that, especially around younger children like her. I was up with her.
I
all
didn't say
night.
anything.
All night,
And
and she
it
looks
was a
over at Gren.
mistake.
She was like, I was up
He's-
all night as that girl was crying
He-
and scared, and I had to check outside every 2 seconds to make sure there wasn't a lion outside.
As she looks
Like,
over
you guys
at
don't
Grin,
have problematic people in your troop. Please.
Problematic people?
Just
What problematic people? All we want to do is eat our food. We're doing great.
then go eat your food. Damn.
Birdie, as she looks
I
over at
already
Grin,
bowed.
could I be fake, like filing his nails down?
Dude, 100%. You're fake filing your nails, and she looks at you and she goes, ha ha, very funny. And you look behind her and you see this small white rabbit with the big pink eyes, and she goes, ah, and hides under the table.
I was only trying
that
to
for?
help. I trying to make good friends around here. We don't know nobody yet.
You guys are
like he throws-
hilarious, and I hope you find joy in scaring small children.
We are not
We
trying to
didn't-
scare
We
her.
do. Go
We
sit
are
and
small
eat.
children.
We love making them shriek with terror. Go.
She takes her rice ball, sticks out her tongue, goes,
I didn't
and
mean
she
it.
walks off. The Willow Troop
Grin, I
finishes...
think you're the perfect amount of scary.
Jinx.
I think Grin is also the perfect amount of scary. I mean, look at him. He's great.
Tread carefully.
I said you were great. That's like the highest
know,
praise
I know.
I can give people.
Listen. I was expecting your track record of starting with a compliment but ending with something negative. Okay, I'm sorry.
God, I just want to go to bed. Please,
Likewise.
dear, or let this day be over.
I want
You
coffee.
guys finish serving the last of the Willow Troop, and Mayu comes over and stands in front of the table, and she says, all right, now set some aside for the teachers.
Sets
We
on the
get to
side.
see the teachers.
Okay.
No, but I will take them to the teachers. The teachers are in their off time, especially Braga. He likes to go drink.
Oh, I was
aspire
hoping
be
to
like
get to
him.
see Master Lin.
Master Lin is probably up to some hoodwink shit out in the training yard right now, if I'm being real. If you'd like to see her, you sure can after dinner.
Ready?
It's yes, it is free time after this, correct?
Correct.
It's bedtime.
Free time / bedtime. What's up, Evan?
I wanted to go somewhere while dinner was being served.
Where did you want to go?
Oh yeah, he snuck
Let me
out.
see. Hold on. You did sneak out. Where are you wanting to go?
I have a feeling.
During the commotion, Calder wants to sneak out to the Stillborough.
Calder.
Yeah.
No, not
Oh.
Calder. Sorry,
Playboy!
You
Leif
are sneaking
Erikson.
out to the Stillborough. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I need you to do is I need you to make me a stealth check.
Stealth is down
19.
Pretty good. So you sneak out easily. You make it out of the kitchen, out of the dining hall, and you head out to the courtyard where you notice that everybody is in the dining hall. It's relatively quiet. As you're walking around heading towards the Stillborough, you walk past the sanctuary garden and you kind of walk on the wooden tiles trying to head to the Stillborough, and you see as Master Koji is still meditating. And he kind of, as you're sneaking by, taking tiptoes, his ears kind of flitter, and you know that he notices you, but he does not move from his meditation as you continue by and head down into the Stillborough. You approach this giant iron door with a little slit in the window, and you peek in, and you can see as this psychopath rabbit, blue fur, black spots, droopy ears, he is sitting with his back facing the door, and he is in the corner, and you just hear clack, clack as he has a rock, and he's just hitting something in his lap that you can't see. What would you like to do?
I give like a little knock on the steel door, and I'm like, "Hey, it's Lee from
His
the
ears-
Thistle Troop."
His ears kind of perk up, and he turns back, and he says, "Why are you here?"
And I reach into my pocket and I pull out the rice ball. I'm like, "I brought you dinner."
He turns around, and you can see as he has taken a rock and he has drawn an outline of what appears to be some rabbit, but you can't make out which rabbit. And he has been smashing the rock against the face of this drawn rabbit over and over and over again, to where there are little chips of rock just kind of taken out of the face of his drawing. And he stands up and he drops the rock to the ground. He says, "Why would you bring me food?"
Well, you're alone, and we were told we had to serve everyone, so I wanted to make sure I could bring you food.
He saunters over the small window, and you see that every movement is kind of loose and relaxed, almost like a fighter that's getting ready to strike, right? Like that drunken, just sashaying his shoulders, right? And he makes it all the way to the bars, and he puts his hands on the bars and pushes his face against them. And he says, "You're not too smart, are you?"
No, not really.
He like presses his face against the bars, and he says, "I know who your dad is."
He's like, "Oh yeah, I do too."
And he says, "I don't want your filthy rice ball. You'll pay for what your family has done to me."
Okay, but I mean, I'll leave the rice ball here for you. I just know what it's like being kind of alone and stuff, and I know it stinks, so. And I just kind of like set the rice ball like in a spot where he can reach it.
You set it like kind of on the side of the bars, and
Yeah.
as you set it and pull your hand back, he quickly reaches up and snatches it. And he says, "This doesn't earn you forgiveness. This just buys you time. I will get you eventually."
Okay. I'll if dinner or breakfast is served tomorrow, I guess I'll bring it to you as well.
I look forward to our little chats as he kind of saunters back to his corner of his drawing, and he takes the rock and hits it against his little portrait over and over. And you see the rice ball sitting next to him as he does not eat the rice ball.
Oh, and Leaf saunters his way back.
You saunter your way back past Master Koji, past the Sanctuary Gardens, all the way back into the dining hall, and you slip in relatively unnoticed as the last of the Willow Troop is served food, and Mayu is divvying up food for the teachers. She finishes explaining. She says, "No, we'll do the rounds, we'll take the teachers their food, but yeah, every day a troop will be cooking for the teachers as well, and they will judge the quality of your work, so try not to poison everybody."
Whenever Mayu comes up to, like, the area where Reiji is, I want to ask her one more question, and she'd be like, "So, Master Mayu, and he, like, kind of, like, leans in and starts talking quieter, and he's like, "So, if the library is off limits for novices,
yeah,
how would I be able to meet with Master Nettie before tomorrow?"
She'll probably be in her library. She tends to never leave. She's always writing her books and reading her scrolls and organizing her library. That woman will reorganize that library at least 3 times a month. She is
So I am
manic.
permitted to enter the library, just not...
Well, you can knock, see if she answers, you know, and if she lets you in, of course,
Okay.
that means you're with the teacher.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
And then he just, like, goes back to normal.
She kind of leans back and she grabs the plate of food that y'all set aside for the teachers, and then she grabs another plate and she puts a rice ball on it. And she says, "Who would like to take the Grand Master his food?"
Say, I'll do it.
Asher, you slowly raise your hand, and she says, "Good." And she grabs the rice ball, sets it on a plate, and hands it to you. And she says, "Take it up to the shrine. He'll be waiting at the foot."
Okay, so I do remember the rules said that we are not supposed to go into the shrine unless we are summoned. Is this like count as a summon?
In a way, yeah. We take him his meal every day. It's kind of how he gets to know everybody as well.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna very respectfully kind of bow to her and start slowly walking towards the shrine.
She bows back as you exit the dining hall and start making your way through the sanctuary garden all the way to the stone staircase. At the top, you see as these wind chimes kind of blow in the wind, and every time you take a step, the wind blows and they chime a little bit. You take another step and it blows again, and they let out this ringing. You make it about halfway up the stairs when you see the tips of black ears kind of poke over the edge as the master walks to the edge of the staircase. You see that his hands are bound with prayer beads, and as he sees you bringing the food, he kind of does this. He goes,
I
for
give
dinner
like him
tonight?
that the crooked smile because I don't really know how to smile. I'm kind of just like, tonight we have the rice balls.
"Is that one of the clammy ones?"
No, I made this one myself.
"Good. Come on." And he kind of walks further into the shrine.
I'm like being in an area I'm not really supposed to be, but for like this small amount of time, I'm like really stiff and out of character. Normally I'm pretty loose, but I'm stiff. I'm
Yeah.
walking the plate right behind him, close.
All right. Let me get some different music up in here. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Where is it? Yes. Damn it. Bam. Bam. Sorry, I'm having to do all this on a trackpad.
Oof.
Bam. Alright, so he claps his hand as he turns around. and walks deeper into the shrine, and the wind chimes kind of ring as the wind blows, and you follow close behind him. You're a little nervous because you know you're not supposed to be here. Kind of feels like you're in the principal's office. You know what I mean? Like, this is a holy area. And as he kind of walks, you see that every step he takes is soft and doesn't make a single noise. And you approach this shrine, and you see that it is this red-dyed wood with gold inlays, and there's pillars, and it's very ornate. It looks like this is cleaned every day. There's not a speck of dust anywhere. You see that the wind chimes are made out of pure gold. And he walks up, he opens the door, and ushers for you to go in.
I kind of look up at him with like really big eyes. And I walk into the door.
Mm-hmm. You do that. And as you step inside, you see that inside there is a bedroll in the corner. And that is it. There are no books, no desks, no scrolls. In the middle of the room, there's a giant pool. This pool is shimmering and blue, and there's a window on the opposite side of the door where you can see the sun beginning to set. This room, you look up and it has pure silver ceilings. The inside is this dark oak wood, and you can tell that there is one spot of the tatami floors that are surrounding this giant pool of blue water that looks like the master sits there every day. It's worn away. It has almost a perfect butt imprint. And he walks over and he sits next to the pool. He gestures for you to sit next to him.
I sit down next to him, and I'm still holding the plate. I don't know if he wants me to give it to him yet. I'm still just kind of holding it, like, nervous.
Mm-hmm. He looks over at you, and he puts, like, he's sitting cross-legged. He puts both hands on his knees, and he bows deeply before holding out both hands for the rice ball.
I hand him the plate with the rice ball, and I try to copy his bow exactly the same way that he did it.
You do that. Give me a performance check.
8.
You copy it the best you can, and he kind of chuckles, and he says, "You still have lots of work to do, and that's okay." And you see him take the rice ball, and he turns it and he splits it in half, and he hands you half of it, and ushers for you to sit down next to him.
Okay, I sit down, I take it, and I say, "Are you sure, sir? This is supposed to be your food."
Well, it's our food. You're the one who made it.
Danke. I kind of take a really small bite of it. Not to be... So I don't look like greedy, I guess.
Yeah. You take a small bite, and he mimics the bite, and he takes another small bite of his. And the silence kind of sits on you both as you eat your rice balls. And you look over this pool, and you feel energy. You feel every time the water kind of ripples with the wind, that ripple washes over you, and this wind kind of envelops you, and you feel at peace. You have inspiration just from being in here.
Sweet.
He finishes his rice ball, and he looks over, and he says, "So what do you think?"
I have been traveling for a long time, and I have not received this hospitality in my entire life. Excuse me for asking such a blatant question, but Master, is it possible to achieve peace if my life has been filled with so much violence?
He sits in silence for a moment and looks over the pool, and he reaches down and puts a hand in, and you see as the water kind of drips between his fingers, and then he lets the water slide back into the pool. You can only achieve peace when you can accept who you really are. Once you come to terms with yourself, then others can come to terms with you. Once you learn to love yourself, others will love you. You have spent your whole life fleeing and hiding and surviving. But just know that as long as I guard this pool, I guard you as well. Your parents cannot hurt you here.
As he says that, I kind of shudder a little bit. Can you see what I really am?
I see everything. And I see who you can really be. And by God, it's amazing. And he kind of sits in silence again, as both of you look over the pool.
I look down at this pool, and can I see my reflection in this pool?
Yes.
Okay. I look down into this pool, and I see my reflection of my orange eyes and my gray fur and kind of floppy ears. And I just let a couple tears flow, and I wipe my face. And Danke, sir. I truly did not believe that anybody would tell me that I am worth anything other than the masks that I wear.
We are all children of Yuntari. And even if nobody shows you love, know that you are loved. She is here. And you feel as your fur kind of prickles up the back of your neck, as you feel a presence kind of wash over you. And he gestures to the pond, and you look down at your reflection once more, and behind you, you see an ethereal rabbit, just completely holy, glowing white eyes, stark white fur, standing behind you. And you kind of look back and see that she's not really there. And you look back at the reflection and see that she's gone. And he says, she will always watch you, as long as you watch out for yourself. Welcome home, my child.
It is good to be home.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, womp. 4.
Okay, I like it. He kind of stands up and he dusts off his robes. And he says, well, the sun's setting, so you might as well go meet up with your troop. Thank you for the food.
Danke for the words of wisdom. I have not received any of those words in my life.
Well, there are plenty more to be received. And he opens the door and gestures for you to walk down the path.
I walk out and I start making my way down the steps. And
Walking fast. Sorry.
I start walking down the steps, and
So sorry.
I kind of turn around as I get just to the point where I wouldn't be able to see him anymore.
Yep.
And I kind of give him like a wave, almost in gratitude for his words, and then I make my way back to the dining hall.
You make your way back to the dining hall, and you pass through the sanctuary garden, and you see that Master Koji is no longer there in front of the koi pond. Now that the sun is set, he is gone. But you see as the butterfly is still hovering in that same spot, as if it was landed on his head, and you see as the butterfly flutters down and lands on air, as if something is there, you just can't see it. You make your way through the... What do you do?
I see that, and in my mind, I kind of sit there and I just try and like make out what I'm seeing, and I just look at it and say, I don't think that I need to stick my nose in that business right now. I will talk to him later this week. And I just keep walking back to the dining room.
You make it all the way to the dining room, where you step in and you see that the Thistle Troop has finally received their food. After the teachers have been fed, after all the troops have received their rice balls, and they're sitting at the table, talking, hanging out, enjoying the day. And you sit next to them and see that you have a rice ball in your spot. What would you guys like to do?
Brody, can I try and cut this apple I have into 6 pieces?
Yeah, you do that easy, bro. Using
I take
Gurn's claws.
I take each piece and I go to each one of the Issel members and I bow, and then I hold out my hands with this apple slice.
I bow.
I'm gonna look at Sekito and go, we're supposed to bow first.
This is how I saw the upperclassmen give me the apples, so I figured this is how you offer a gift.
You all receive an apple slice. And you sit down, and the dining hall is relatively quiet today. You notice that everybody is tired. All of the other troops, except for the upperclassmen, are silently eating their rice balls. You see that the upperclassmen are sitting in almost reverent silence. They're not exhausted. They just have nothing to say. And as you guys finish up your meal, you hear a single bell. Then Mayu comes over and says, "Now, you're expected to be in your rooms by the second bell. Have a great night. And you'll be seeing Miss Nettie tomorrow."
Question, by the second bell, do you mean head there at the second bell, or by the time it has rung, be in the room? I think this is a very important distinction.
Yes, no, very important distinction. By the time the second bell has rung, you should be in your room.
Okay, approximately how long do we have so that we do not get reprimanded?
You look around and you see as the upperclassmen stand up. A couple of them leave the rest of their food, and they begin ushering out. As Mayu looks at them, looks at you, and says, "Pretty soon."
Okay.
Wait, but
I was just wondering if it is very quick. When do we have the free time?
You will have free time tomorrow. Today ran a little long. Normally dinner happens at the end of the night. You will finish up your training and your lessons, and then you will have free time, and then you will have dinner. But because I was showing you guys around today, you didn't get as much free time as you normally would.
Okay, danke.
Any other questions?
do we have time to wash the dishes?
I will wash the dishes. That's my vigil for the night. It also helps me watch over the food. And he looks over at Leaf.
Can I pay attention to the direction the Ash Troop goes?
You do. As you guys step out and, into the courtyard, you see that they are on the opposite side of the courtyard from you guys. So you exit the dining hall. You see the main gate in front of you. Your house is to the left. Theirs is across the courtyard to the right.
Probably for the best.
As we're all walking, I'm gonna approach Asher and be like, we still need to talk about that comment I heard earlier, if you don't mind.
Yes, the comment that you say you heard from the mess head, correct?
Caleb,
I
you
would
see
pay no mind to it.
You see as Master Nettie has a small ladder that she pushes against the dining hall as you all come out, and the tiny blue rabbit is climbing up the ladder up to her spot where you saw her the other night. And yeah, she's making her way up the ladder if you'd like to talk to her.
Master Nettie,
What?
a moment.
You only have a couple.
I only need 2.
Okay, what do you need?
Would you mind if we took this a little further away from the people? I apologize, it will only be a moment.
She kind of rolls her eyes and said, "Oh God, what did Braga do now? Come on." And she walks you over around the dining hall. She says, "Where did he touch you?"
So before she's even turned around, she's leading me, before she even turns back around, Reiji is on his in his position he was in the night prior, and he's just will this make Yuntari hear me? How can I make sure my prayer reaches her?
And she rolls her eyes again. You can tell that she's just an irritated person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
no, that's fair.
She says,
That's fair.
"I'm only going to teach you this once, all right? And the rest of the lessons
That's
are going
all
to be
I need.
saved for class, which I'll see you in the morning, by the way." And she kind of gets on her knees and she says, "Get down here." And she gets down on her knees, and you get down on your knees, and she corrects your posture. And she
This is like the most intense that Reiji has ever like taken instruction.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and give me a straight wisdom check.
Oh, I'm so stupid.
I like it. So you sit there, you lock in, you're paying attention, and she sits you down on your knees. She says, "Straighten your back, take the beads, wrap them like this." And she takes your prayer beads and wraps them around your hands before they bind them, right? And she says, "Now, the main part of the prayer is silent. You are not supposed to speak it, because if people can hear it, they can use it for evil. There are spirits who want to take your prayers and make sure they don't reach where they're supposed to go, so you're not supposed to speak your prayers out loud. You wrap your beads and you whisper into the beads, not into the night, because if you whisper your prayer into the night, anybody can take your prayer. And we only want Yintari to have our prayers." And she kind of sits down and wraps her own beads off her neck around her hands. She says, "Lucky for you, we are literally in one of the hot spots for Yintari's, activity. I personally don't believe in it, but there are people who claim to have seen her. There are people who claim that she speaks to them. Whatever. You can believe what you want. I'm not here to discourage you. Whisper them into the beads. Make sure your prayers can't be heard by other people. And then you end it by bowing, and you take the beads and you put them back on and you go about your day."
Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Don't sweat it.
And
Anything
like
else you need?
as she's walking away, even though like she like isn't looking, he gives her like the deepest bow he can.
You give her the deepest bow you can, and you see as her ears kind of flicker, and she goes, "Ah," and she turns around and she bows back really quickly, and she says, "Okay, fine, I'm going to read my book." And she waddles up the ladder, and you see her pull a book out of her kimono, and she opens it, and you see History of the Feudal Japan. And she's just reading this shit. Like, it is a pure history book.
That was you today. That was you
literally
today,
me
buddy.
What else
That's
would
all
you
I
like
would
to
do.
do?
So I'm still trying to drag Asher out to
Yeah.
a secluded area.
You guys are relatively secluded right now, as the rest of the Thistle
Okay.
Troop is walking into the home, unless anybody else is just tagging around or wants to do anything. You guys see
Time
that
for a
the
shower.
You guys see that the sun is about to set.
Listen, Asher, I don't mean to pry, but if what he said is true, just know that I believe you have a place here. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, it's hard to find a place whenever you really don't fit in anywhere. But
I mean, look at me. I don't fit in here, and yet I'm here. I'm literally one of the very few that are mainly different.
I kind of look at him, eyes almost like longing to want to just tell you everything, but kind of at the last second, I kind of rub my face and say,
there is a time and place to explain things, but
Again, I do not want to pry. I just wanted to let you know we have your back.
Almost as if on cue, you hear the second bell ring.
Guess we better get going.
You guys burst into the Thistle Troop hideout, and inside, Trinity's character has gone into the hot springs and claimed the first bath. Would you guys like to do anything before you go to bed?
Leaf goes to sleep. Instantly. No
Instantly.
hesitation.
We're gonna
He's out the
shower.
door. He's asleep.
That's awesome. Anyone else have anything they'd like to do?
No, just
I
wait
want
in
to.
line,
I have
basically.
something I want to
Wait to
do
shower, I guess.
after everybody's gone to sleep, but
Okay.
I'm gonna wait in line for a
Tragedy.
shower.
Trinity, you are out in the hot springs, and the moon has risen, and you're kind of in an enclosed private backyard. And you undress, you get inside the hot spring, and you kind of, you're looking up, and you see that there are tons of stars. You can see every single constellation, and it's beautiful. And the moon has started to rise, and you kind of see it peeking over the top of the mountain. And as the moonlight hits the hot spring, you notice that the hot spring kind of glows a faint blue. Not quite the color of blue that you saw from the initiation ceremony that was in that pool, but it's close. It's like a diluted color of that. I need you to make me a perception check.
Okay. 6.
You see that the moon is big and bright, and you kind of take note of the stars. And this is one of the first times you've ever seen the night sky at peace. And they look really pretty tonight.
I'm so happy I'm here. And I'm gonna, like, polish my horns. And just, like, thinking and reminiscing on the fact that I'm not the weirdest person for once. Everyone is very unique in their own way. And I'm gonna polish my horns. And I'm gonna wash myself off. And then I get a little lost. I'm not trying to take up too much time in the shower, but I get a little sidetracked. And then you're gonna hear as Yuri goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry!" and quickly wrap a towel around her and like slip on her pajamas. There's water like soaking her pajamas because she realized she took too long, and she just jumps out of the door and she's
You
like,
just see
"I'm
all
so
of us
sorry."
sitting here like this, just tapping our feet, like.
Reiji looks at Yuri with like just the most like sarcastically angry eyes you've ever seen, and he's just like, "You took so long that Leaf already fell asleep."
I got so clammy. I was so nervous
Well,
today that I had to really rinse off.
For her defense, Leaf fell asleep the second the door opened, so I mean...
You all look at Leaf and you see a single fly buzzing around Leaf since he hasn't showered since he got here.
The moon is really pretty.
Hey,
if you look at the
Reiji,
stars.
what if we grab him and chuck him in there?
It's not a bad idea. I think we should save it for when he smells very bad.
Okay.
Because right now there's one fly, there could be several later.
You know, I heard folktale about flies carrying illnesses, if I remember correctly.
I think they are wives' tales. That is what my father's like bookkeepers told me. So
What's
I
a
do not-
bookkeeper?
It's nothing to worry about right now. I think you'll find out later.
I'm worried about it now.
Okay, well, there's these things called books, and they have these things called words that were on the papers from earlier. And people write things with pencils and utensils, and they get... They have... It's a way of transferring knowledge. And there is so much knowledge that rich people, or royals, rather,
as soon as you said rich, you lost him. He's like, rich, all right. You know, just
Sekito's already in the hot spring while they're talking.
Sekito, I need you to give me a perception check as you step into this bath. You look up and you see that the stars are big, but one of the things that draws your attention as you're kind of soaking in the bath is you look over and notice that there's a small bamboo plant that has started to grow out of the roots right next to the bath. You can discern that these plants are normally, they try to get rid of all plants near the hot springs, just try and keep it bland and plain. But you see that this single bamboo has started to grow through the surface. It has made its way through the rocks.
Sekito kind of like chuckles, and he takes some water in his hands from the hot spring, and he like pours it into the soil, cracks around the bamboo.
You take this blue tinted water and you pour it into the cracks down to the bamboo, and you see the bamboo visibly grow half an inch.
Nice. Yeah. Sekito's gonna walk out and be like, "There's a thistle."
Bro's got a superpower.
That's so cute. There's a thistle in there.
Yeah.
Alright,
All
who's
right.
next in the bath?
I'm gonna look at Reiji and I'm gonna go rock, paper, scissors for it.
You
Oh wait,
can take
Asher's
it
here
first.
too. Shit.
It's
Look at
okay.
him too.
I will go last.
You can take it first.
Okay. I guess I'm going in.
Isaiah, you step out and you are met with the brisk night air. You step into the bath. I need a perception check.
Perception.
Nat 20 is crazy.
Nat 20 in this economy? That's insane.
We have the best net 20s.
Almost as
They're
good as banana bread at work.
amazing.
Isaiah, as you are soaking in the bath, you know, you're just kind of relaxing and enjoying it. You look up, you see the stars, you see the moon. You look over and see a bamboo that's just grown a little too tall through the wooden boards of the hot spring, right? And you look up and you're kind of just watching the mountains. And you see the faint shadow fly in front of the moon of what appears to be an old serpent-like dragon as it is flying off in the distance, kind of like a Chinese, you know how Chinese dragons are like that snake? You see as it's kind of doing this, and it goes off and behind the mountain, off to the east.
Cool.
And you finish
Anyway.
up with that.
I'm gonna walk out and be like, well, I could be seeing things, but I swear I saw a thing flying behind the moon.
You mean like a butterfly?
There
No,
are a lot of
no, what do you-
butterflies here.
Maybe a moth.
What was it? The black page. What was that thing again?
The Black Page.
That
Yeah,
sounds
yeah,
like a
the-
dystopian, like
Yeah,
the Black
really.
Mirror, the
That-
Black Page.
Well, no,
That was
the
about a dragon.
that's the word. Yes. Big flying lizards, right?
There's flying
like lizards.
lizards.
They're nice.
Yeah,
Go
I like
alert
lizards,
the
too.
master pronto.
Nah, it'll be fine. He flew that way. I'm just gonna
Which
point some
way?
random direction.
That way. Oh,
I thought the headmistress just said those like a boogeyman. I didn't know those were real.
Plus, didn't what Yuna say that he's omnipotent? He'll see it if it's a problem.
I think she meant omnipotent as far as this school goes. I don't think she
Well,
meant,
listen.
like Yuntari or Rokon themselves.
Listen, okay. If I saw it, he saw it.
I wonder if
Asher,
you
all
met
those
him.
people die.
Asher, do you get the inkling that he would know?
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you
Earth to
say?
Blake,
Sorry.
yep.
Sorry, I was reading something. I apologize. What did you
Asher,
say?
do you get the idea that the master would know about the dragon flying through the sky?
Well, I don't want to be the what did you call it? The Captain Obvious, but it is on a sheet on the quest board, so I would say that he is probably aware of it.
I am referring to the proximity, Asher. If
Well, it was
if
on a
Bryn
black piece
can
of
see
paper.
it with his lion eyes, what makes you think that
Hey,
we
what's
can
that
see it with
supposed
our
to mean?
rabbit eyes?
Well, what I'm trying to say is, I think that if
Grin, I was saying that notoriously
I know,
lions
I know,
have better
I
eyes
know.
than rabbits. Don't,
Okay, so-
don't take offense.
I don't want. I do not mean any disrespect by this, but let's just break down what we read today on the paper. So the black paper says urgent, dragon nearby in Ishi village. So if the mountain, which is the mountain behind Ishi village,
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys are nestled in between two mountains. So like
Okay.
to the south, you have Ishi Village. You go up monasteries between these two mountains, and he saw the dragon to the east.
okay. So if Ishi village is where the dragon was seen in close proximity to, and the mountain is right behind Ishi village, would
Yes.
that not just describe the dragon being near Ishi village, like it said on the paper, in urgent?
Like he tells me, I look
Man,
really.
you
He's gonna
smart.
be like, "Wow, are you like one of those mapitographers?"
Would you like to see my maps? And I start pulling out all of my maps. I've mapped out everywhere I've been in my life, and I'm just pulling out map after map and sprawling them out on the thing. I get so excited, I like knock over my ink, and I'm like picking it up, and I'm just spreading out. I'm like, this is the point wherever I stabbed those two boys in the dining room. This is actually the path we went through today. This is the place. I can't tell you about that place. And I just keep rambling on and on as I'm pointing at
Oh,
all these
good
different spots
lord.
on the maps.
That is a lot of information. I'm going to go take a shower.
You
I just
can
keep
read
rambling.
and draw.
This is why I came to the orphanage or the monastery. It is they said that we can take on some kind of trade whenever we are done, and I was hoping that maybe I could
A
be a cartographer.
maptographer. Nice.
Yes, map photographer, as you
A
say.
mapomographer? That's really cool.
I want to map all of the lands. Somebody very important to me told me that it was his dream, and so I would like to carry out his dream as well.
Akito's
Well, if
eyes
you
will
need
up
a
with tears.
friend,
What do you mean was?
Asher kind of drops his head and he says,
It is no longer his dream anymore.
he found a new dream.
Sorry.
It is okay. Yes, he found something else that would keep his interest for a while. Very bright, very happy.
Can I roll insight on that?
100%.
"Sure."
Aren't you in the shower?
No, Reggie's in
came
the
out.
He came
shower.
out. I went in now.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna pass, but
Yeah, no, Isaiah, you can pick up hints that he's just trying to spare their feelings.
Sakito's balling. He thinks this guy's dead. I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I want to carry on in his footsteps. He is very important to me.
Well, if you need a friend, I would love to find one of my parents one day, and I'll go with you.
I want to map out the whole land, so like it's. I mean, I will be going pretty much everywhere in the land, so I'm sure that maybe we happen upon your family there. Plus, I don't like traveling alone, so I would welcome the company.
Yeah, plus, maybe, if while we were on the boat, I've heard about this, like, really cool fish. So maybe we could go and catch the fish. It grants you a wish. It's a wish fish.
That sounds amazing.
she said fish, and I started to drool.
I love to sail. Sailing
Fish,
is
fish, you say?
a wonderful time.
Do I see him drooling?
Yeah, you see him drink.
Oh yeah!
No, you can't eat this fish, Grin.
Why not?
No, this
It'll
is
grant
a
my
very...
wish of filling my hunger,
This is
No,
a fish
there
fish.
are other fish for that.
but it will complete my wish of feeding me for life, sustenance.
No, you're taking away the wishes from everybody else. That is incredibly selfish.
Very selfish. I'm honestly very appalled by that even any bit of that notion.
Is it not selfish to catch
Sakito
the
looks a
wish
little upset,
fish
and he's like,
instead of leaving
This
it
is
in
how
the ocean?
negative stereotypes get started.
What? Oh,
So
sorry.
I'll tell you a
Dude.
negative stereotype is assuming that we wouldn't release the fish after we caught it. That is good fisherman practice.
Reiji is in
No,
the shower
that is-
trying
that
to
is-
be peaceful, and he hears
Everybody's
yelling,
here to
and
wish.
he's like, "Okay,
Give me a perception
I
check,
just
Reggie.
wanted one."
Dude, all
That's
you can hear is
performance.
the
Wrong one. Hold on.
Yeah,
There it
all
is.
you can hear is they're
Got
yelling.
that.
Like you're trying to take in the mountains, you're trying to take in the scenes. and
Yeah.
all you can hear is them bad fisherman's practice.
So Reiji walks out of the shower, and he's like, "I just wanted one," and he's wrapping his towel around him. "I just wanted one moment of peace for once in this place."
I'm gonna look
And-
at Reiji, and I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna go like you could
Like plug
plug
in
your
ears.
ears.
Okay, brilliant idea, Grin. Let me wash my body while I
Map in
have
his
my
face.
hands in my ears. How
Map
do
in
you
his
expect
face.
me- Yes, that
Reggie,
is
look at-
very good map, Asher. That is very good.
There's fishes on
Don't.
it.
There is fishes on it, and I also think that it is very
Fish?
rude that I can tell that you are not very interested in my map.
And I roll it up and put it in my belt. And I
No, wait, I want to map a fish.
What are you talking about fishes for? We are in a mountain.
I'm hungry.
Well, it started
already.
because he wants to be a mapographer or
Yeah.
whatever it's called, and I was telling him mapographer, and so
Cartographer.
yeah, see, Sekito gets it. Anyways, I was telling him if he needed a friend, then I would go with him, and maybe we could go in the river and go on a boat, because I heard these stories about this legendary fish over by my village, and it grants a wish. It's a wish fish, and Grin said he wanted to eat it, which is incredibly
It sounds good.
selfish and rude, because that
So-
takes away the wishes from everybody else.
Reiji, like, goes up close to Yuri's ear and says very quietly, "You know fish? You know about the fish?
Of course I know about the fish. It was the
No,
only
but
way.
No, stop. Why are you telling people about the fish?
Well, I figured we were in okay company. And what difference does it
Oh my god,
make?
what if it only grants one wish and it gets into bad hands? We're not exactly the most secretive group of people. What if one of them goes spouting off about some wish fish out there and gets your village in trouble, gets my village in trouble, gets the red scale village in trouble? What if you have just brought upon a massacre?
Okay, well, to be fair, I did not tell them what the fish looked like. I just said that there were tales that it existed. And why are you mad at me? If I
I'm
was
not
able to
mad,
hear
I'm
about this, there are
concerned.
other people who have probably heard about this.
Oh my god, it is a legend in our villages, Yuri. That's the whole reason why they're separate. Do you not understand the history of our villages?
No, I was a slave.
Oh, okay, that's understandable. We originally were one village, and then people had ambitions, and now we are three. Do you get the picture?
I'm gonna look at Sekito. Sorry to interrupt this, and I go, man,
No, you're good. You're good.
that's pretty cruel.
I forgot she
is?
was asleep.
yeah.
It's
got like
crying
a
all
go-
over again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I did not know that, Reggie. No.
No, it's okay. We just probably should not tell. They know now. It's fine. We just should probably keep that information secret from other troops that we're not able to trust. Because I trust you guys fine, but I don't trust you with everything. And I think that's a healthy fear.
You know,
And
that's
in
valid.
that same vein, I don't think Midori on the Ash Troop would benefit from that information, because if Kuragane gets it, we're fucked. We're fucked.
Well, maybe he's a bad fisherman.
Well, be that it as it may,
Yeah.
he is also the heir to a Yakuza.
I don't know who that is. Do I, Brody? Do I know all of this politics?
Give me a history check, Trinity.
14.
So you kind of heard whispers of, like, you know, there were gang wars among the villages. You've heard the word Yakuza before, but yeah, you've grown up in a sheltered orphanage. You don't quite understand all these politics that he's getting into.
Reiji, how do you know so much about this stuff? Who are your parents?
I thought I was pretty plain and clear about that. I'm the son of Shang Yamamoto, the leader of the Bluefin.
Oh my gosh. That's why you hate Kuragage. I mean,
Yes,
he's an
because
asshole.
he's- Right,
But, like-
right. Connect the dots. Connect the dots.
I get it. Okay,
There
so
it
we don't
is.
want him to find the legendary fish because your
Correct.
family wants the
Because-
legendary fish.
To my knowledge, my village thinks it's a myth, but we send boats out anyways. The red scale probably feel the same, but it sounds like to me the green
These names are so
green
hard.
tail. They are tough. By
so funny.
by the logic that
Kurogege.
I am by the logic that I am hearing, from you, it sounds like the Greentail have more information than either village, so please keep it to yourself or to me. But even me, be careful, because I am the heir to the Bluefin. I'm just saying, I trust me, but I don't think you should trust everyone.
I just think that if a fish knows if you're pure of heart and it shows itself to you, then you should have a chance to talk to it.
I agree with you, but what if it's only one wish?
If it was only one wish, then how would we know it's a wish fish in the first place? Someone must have gotten a wish before.
Oh, that's
I mean-
pretty smart.
Banger.
I mean,
banger.
that's solid logic, but there's no evidence in our
We should
entire
listen
history
to
that
this
anyone
one.
has ever found this fish.
Maybe because the fish didn't want to get caught up in fighting, because then the fish would die and get eaten.
Well, okay,
I look at Grin.
cool it down. They would probably, if someone found the sacred wish fish and it didn't grant their wish, don't you think they would have killed it out of anger because they're not pure, obviously?
Maybe. I just think that there's a lot more to it that we may not understand.
And there
Anyways.
probably is.
I guess we can keep it a secret. But
Just
y'all now
from-
know there's a wish fish. And it's only gonna stay here. And
For the love
don't
of
feel
God,
bad
let
for
it
me that I struggled. People don't like horns. It's not that big of a deal. That's why I was so clammy when we were cooking and cleaning.
You do not need to
As you have
apologize for
horns?
being clammy.
Like the master said, or like Braga said, you have a home here. We all have a home here. Just, we need to be each other's siblings and not let anyone break the trust we're forming, so we cannot let important information reach other troops because they could use it to hurt us.
That is
I
probably for the best.
don't mean to interject, but when Trinity said something about her horns, is there? I feel like in the West, it's probably more of a prideful thing for the
Mhm.
I don't want to say herbivores, but like the prey to have
Yeah.
bigger horns to defend themselves. Would that be something I would say is like, yeah, I think it's prideful that you have horns. It's not a detriment here.
Yeah, you'd think it's a good thing, because, 100%.
Yeah, that's what.
There
Okay,
are-
so that's what I was gonna look at.
You can
say-
especially recall, like deers and, like, stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
stags and
yeah,
rhinos.
they use their
and-
horns in combat.
Yeah.
And, like, in the West, you
Yeah.
don't want to fuck with a stag.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Trinity's Yuna. Yuri. Sorry.
You're okay.
Too many YUs, RUs.
Kukage!
everywhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at your character Trinity and I go, I think your horns are a sign of pride. I don't understand the disconnect here in this planet or in this area in the east, but in the west, horns were a sign of don't fuck with that. Don't mess with
Also-
that bitch.
Also, if you look at your horns in a useful sense, you could put like something stretchy right here, and you could put like a stone, and it could be like a slingshot. It could be a good weapon choice. I don't know.
I can just see Leaf with a thumbs up in his slumber, just like
My mistress called it a miracle of misfunction and malice.
I don't know what those words mean.
I know, they were really big words, but she said them meanly. I am not supposed to be here.
I
And
know what
not
they
in a
mean.
way
I don't
like
know
I was
how
not supposed to be
that
born. Which I was in an orphanage, obviously.
I think that your horns are very, very nice.
Thank you.
How I'm gonna look out the window. How much as the sun? Like, where's the moon at?
Dude,
Be like,
y'all have stayed
yo,
up for a couple
yo.
hours talking. You know what I mean?
I'm like,
y'all are-
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
on the
we
same
should
note, you guys all
probably
get
leave.
inspiration for tomorrow training and quests. That was stellar roleplay.
Nice.
I just sat here for 30 minutes and y'all just ripped it. So all of you get inspiration. Like, that was
Nice.
dope.
We all did great there.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
We should probably sleep.
I'm gonna
It's,
go and take
pretty
my
late.
bath now.
Okay. All right. Blake, you enter into the hot spring. You sit down. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you disrobe and enter the bath.
11. Or no, I guess we should be rolling with disadvantage. We're all exhausted.
That is true. I forgot about that.
Hey,
Starting
D-
now.
I'll let
DM
y'all
forgot.
Off I'll let y'all off.
Real quick,
because I did forget.
Real quick question before Asher's bath.
Mhm.
Is everyone else asleep now? Like going
Yeah.
to sleep?
Yeah, I'm asleep.
I
So
think Leaf
while he's
might
in the
be
bath,
asleep.
he might be.
I got you. We can find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is. Okay. So since Reiji is like kind of like apprehensive about trusting Asher after the weird like conversation they had, noticing everyone's asleep, he just steps out of the door, walks to like the end of the house where only like Nettie can see him because he's fine with her.
Yep.
And then he does his prayer, but
Okay.
accurately this time.
Go ahead and give me a religion check.
3.
Oh yeah, wow. You are so focused on attempting to get the proper form that you were taught, and you're trying to mimic the same posture. You wrap the beads, and you're so that you almost take away from the prayer itself. You're so focused on the technicalities that you don't quite put your whole heart into it. You're too focused on your body language and everything like that, but you do let out your prayer for your family and for
Hey.
your village.
That's about it.
Cool. You head back inside, and Asher, you
Yes.
are sitting there, and as you kind of sprawl out, and you go to look up at the mountains and everything like that, you're taking in the scenery, and then all of a sudden, you slip. You fall into the water. You come back up, you're drenched, you're like... You realize that this water is salty, and you don't see.
Can I look down at my reflection?
You look down at your reflection, and due to you falling in the water is a little rough. So your reflection is a bit distorted, and you see bits and pieces of yourself just like shifting left and shifting right, and you can't recognize yourself.
Okay. Well, after I'm done with my bath, I get up and I throw my robe on, and I'm gonna go get inside my cupboard whenever nobody's watching.
You all retire.
Wait,
Whoop.
I want to do something.
What do you want to do as you enter your cupboard?
I'm gonna message it to you.
Sick. I am prepared. Oh. Inside the pool or inside the cupboard?
Inside the cupboard, away from everyone.
I'm sorry?
Get your mind out of the gutter.
What?
It's not like that. It's not like
Pardon
that.
me?
It's not like that.
Hey, the water's
I
salty.
beg your pardon?
I do that, Birdie. I kind of look at my reflection. I say, I look so much like him. But it's like the Master said, if I accept who I am, then I can truly find peace. But I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. And I kind of put what I'm reflecting myself with, and then I'm going to go to sleep.
You do that. Everybody give me a wisdom saving. As you all retire for the night.
2.
1.
0.
Bro. Oh my god, that one.
11. I'm a sleeper, baby.
Sekito,
Yeah.
as you lay down for the night, you are plagued with nightmares.
Slavery,
Your
dead,
brother's
wish, no.
death. You see as the horses gallop into the village and you're shoved into your house. You see as your brother grabs you by the shoulders and leans you in close and he says, hide under the floors. and he lifts up a trapdoor and throws you under there and throws some snacks under there as well, and he stands. You see as the men kick in the doors, and you hear family members screaming as they're cut down, and you feel the heat rising as the buildings are lit on fire. You see as your brother engages in combat with these men, striking one down, striking another down, and in this dream, you work up the courage to leave this trapdoor and help your brother. And as you go to push on the trapdoor, it won't open. And you see him fighting for his life as he struggles each breath. He gets cut here, he gets stabbed there. You're fighting, you're pushing, but the trapdoor won't budge, and you finally push it open. And he looks back at you and he says, "This is all your fault," as he's finally cut down and killed right in front of you. All of you wake up, the bell ringing at your door. Would you guys like to end the session here, or would y'all like to go until 1?
I'm good to keep playing.
I'm good.
That's
Yeah,
good to
it's
keep
all
going.
good to keep going.
I need to head to bed.
Fair.
Then that is where we will end the
All
session.
good.
That works for me. I got work tomorrow.
One session equal 1 day in game.
It will get faster.
We're gonna
Today-
be here. We're gonna be here for a while, gentlemen.
So
No.
this is a longer beginning arc. It will be good, but it'll speed up
Viewers,
as y'all
it'll
get
be 18 months before we skip to the next
Yeah.
arc.
18 months before we hit level 5. Yeah, we'll be here for quite a while.
You're not gonna
We
love
did just kind of role play randomly for like.
Hey, no, it was goated. It was
Yeah.
great. Make sure you all have inspiration marked down. Y'all can use it for your training.
Yep.
The next session if y'all would like, because that was stellar roleplay.
sweet.
But yeah, it's not gonna take that long to do y'all's training and everything like that. Y'all just had a long day with the tour and everything like that. So
Cool.
But yeah, thank you guys.
Ready.
That was great. Thank you everyone in the chat for watching. Y'all are the bomb.
Thank you,
Thanks for
everybody.
tuning in, Michael, Xavier, Justin, Yellow Huge, Aubrey, Heroes.
Mimi was in there for a minute.
Yeah. I will go ahead and Evan, are we swapping days, or do you want to double up for 2 weeks to get back on the original schedule, or do you just want to take a break? What are we doing?
We'll figure it out.
Okay, that works. Well,
Yeah, because I can't be at the next session, but
no. that
See,
sounds
he
good.
can't be at the
For
next
next
session,
week.
and I can't be at the session after next session.
That's true. All right. Well, thank you guys
Why?
for tuning in, and
I'm going on vacation on the 26th.
everybody say bye.
Bye. Come visit. Come watch again.
Yeah.